Friend, and welcome to another episode of the Quantum Paradigm Podcast. I am so honored to be here with you as always. We've had a little bit of an interruption, just a week off, but my God, what a week. It's so good to be back here with you today. Today we're talking about the opportunity cost of comfort. Okay, we're going to really dive into this and unpack this today. So, whether you're driving, whether you're cleaning your house. I know sometimes I like to put on a podcast while I'm cleaning if I'm not putting on music and like dancing like a wild woman. My kids are so used to seeing, like, they never know what they're going to get when they come home. I could be dancing to classical or dancing to hip hop or rap or like who God even knows. I never know what kind of, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's just my neurospicy brain coming to the table and getting us off track already as a manifesting generator. But of course, you know, with a manifesting generator, we're never off track. We're just in a roundabout way coming to the end. It's like I always land the plane. We just never know where we're going to go first. We go in a lot of loop-de-loops. But anyway, all of this to say, there's a lot to unpack here about the opportunity cost of comfort, okay? So we are going to dive in deep. I'm so excited. So before we get started today, I have to share with you that this week, this first week of November, before the end of the week, I will be revealing the surprise that I have been working on diligently behind the scenes with my team, which my team is expanding and I'm so excited. Oh my God, we're going to talk about that a little bit today in the episode as well because it's relevant. But so if you don't follow me on Instagram yet, at Alchemy with Allison, come follow me because I will be revealing on Instagram. I will also be revealing, I always reveal to my family on my email family first. So if you are not on my email list, in the show notes, opt into the email newsletter because they get exclusive reveals before anyone else does. They also get exclusive offers. So you definitely, if you're not part of the email family yet, you want to be. So go ahead and if you're not driving, click the show notes and get on the email list so that you can be the first to find out about this amazing opportunity coming in the spring of 25. Okay. All right. That's all I'm going to say about that. So today, the opportunity cost of comfort. So a little bit of background, a little bit of story time. I started traveling internationally for the first time when I was 9 years old. My brother, my older brother, lived in Thailand for 18 years. He actually, this is a fun fact about Allison's life. He was actually the most famous white actor in Thailand for the majority of the 90s into the early 2000s. And it got to the point where he couldn't even go in public without the paparazzi finding him and kind of harassing him. So anyway, with the navigating the life of a famous person is something that I was privileged to watch from the sidelines as my brother went through this. But anyway, he's an incredibly talented, highly intelligent, gifted linguist, and now a financial advisor living in the States. However, this episode is not about my amazing and extremely psychic brother. This episode is about you and the opportunity cost of your comfort. Why am I mentioning Thailand? Why am I mentioning international travel? Because I've had the unique perspective from a very young age. I'm 40 years old now, so we're talking 31 years of experience of traveling the world internationally. So Thailand was the first place. That's quite a first experience when you've never been out of the country before as a young child. I mean, I remember all kinds of things. I remember the smells, the food, the people, the culture. I mean, Thai culture has become a huge part of my life just because of that one epic experience. But 31 years of experience of traveling internationally has shown me and really given me the perspective that comfort is relative, okay? And if you're listening to this episode in the United States of America, you're one of the most comfortable people on the planet, So just own that and know that, okay? There really is such a thing as extreme privilege. And if you're listening to this in the United States of America, you've got some. So say thank you to the stars for having you be born there. And it's not just the United States of America that's comfortable. There's plenty of comfortable, amazing, beautiful, gorgeous places in the world. And from my experience, Americans have a limited perspective of how good they really, really have it. Okay, so I'm just mentioning that to say, like, comfort is relative. Comfort's relative. I'm thinking back to a time I was in Australia, in the outback, and we had been in the outback for days. We had been sleeping on the ground. It gets very, very cold in the desert at night. Comfort is relative. Like waking up on a cold, hard ground at 4:00 in the morning and then having a cup of hot cocoa, that's comfort, right? That's extreme comfort in those circumstances. So anyway, comfort, we love comfort, right? If you're here live with me, you see this like comfortable shawl I'm wearing. Like, I love being comfort. I love my creature comforts and all those things. There's nothing wrong with comfort. I'm a proponent. I'm a fan, okay? But what does this have to do with your business? It has everything to do with your business. Everything. And here's why. Because your brain, your primal survival instinct wants to be comfortable, because we equate comfort with survival. We equate comfort with like life, okay? And so our brains, our primal brains that are trying to keep us alive, are always seeking for more comfort. And we like it, right? We're creatures and we like to be comfortable. Now, if you are wanting to scale and grow your business, that is going to be uncomfortable. That is going to require higher levels of commitment, devotion. That's going to require usually higher levels of money, right? It's going to require you digging a little deeper into not just your pocketbook, but your commitment and your faith that the decisions that you're making and the moves that you're making are going to grow and scale your business according to your goals. It requires a lot. And if you've been in business longer than a year or two, you already know this, right? If you've been an entrepreneur, I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years. And with each new up level, it's like, oh my God, it doesn't get any more comfortable. It gets, you get used to this lifestyle. So you don't question yourself so much anymore. And that's where human design comes in. Like, thank God, going through this up level that I've been going through lately, guys, if I didn't know and was deeply acquainted with my energetics and my human design, I'd probably I would have been breaking down, like really breaking down and not be okay, because I've been expanding so quickly, so rapidly and consistently. So it's required a huge level of energetic capacity, growing, expanding, right? And my human design chart and knowing how to lean into my own energetics and how my own energy wants to flow, that has been everything. It's been a total game changer. So international travel, comfort is relative, and your comfort comes with a price tag. Your comfort comes with a price tag, okay? We can look at this, with the community, the international community that you can see like on social media. A lot of people have been exploring things like the Camino, and there's different levels, like there's different tiers that you can take. You can walk the whole thing. You can pay a less amount of money to have an experience like in hostels, or you can pay a greater amount of money and get driven, for some of the stints if your feet are experiencing problems, and you can stay in higher end hotels and whatever. You can purchase your comfort. This is how the world works. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. However, have you ever thought about the opportunity cost in your business from the standpoint of keeping you comfortable? What does that cost you? When I started asking myself these questions, I was shocked, because full transparency here, I have really quantum leaped. I've quantum leaped from the $8,000 to $10,000 month online coach earner to the $50,000 per month earner. And that quantum leap was intentional. It was conscious. I knew that I was manifesting that intentionally. And now that I have manifested that, to scale from there, to maintain those codes in my body and in my cellular matrix, and to grow and expand even from there to the $100,000 per month earner, has required a huge getting like the concept of getting comfortable with being massively uncomfortable. Okay, like really fucking uncomfortable. So to do that, it's like I've really been dancing with resistance. And this is where resistance can serve us, because it points us in the direction that we actually are wanting to go anyway. Okay. Resistance is a really, really great indicator of exactly what we need to lean into more to reach our goals. All right. So the past couple of weeks, I've had a lot of calls. I've had a lot of meetings. I've had a lot of collaborations where, and I'm expanding my team. Like, I have dug deep into my own pocketbook to expand into this version of me that literally doesn't think twice about signing contracts, about signing nearly 6-figure contracts as an investment, right? So the ROI, I know what that ROI is. And it's it's actually multiple 6 figures per year. Okay. But it required digging really, really, really deep into my devotion. Like, how willing am I to be comfortable being really uncomfortable and doing these new things, right? Like, our brains are so good at keeping us alive, but they're really, really bad at scaling our businesses and bringing us into that higher evolution of the self that is more embodied and more in flow with the soul's purpose and mission. I've been upfront with you guys from the beginning that my mission is here to support new paradigm medical practitioners and business owners to create the most massive impact, positive impact in the world possible. We're talking quantum healing technology available to all humans. We're talking like opportunities for the next generation that would have blown us away just 20 years ago. Like, we can see this with the evolution of technology, right? This is all coming, but like, to support the leaders. I am here to lead the leaders. I have a massive leadership capacity and I'm owning every inch of it. And it is extremely uncomfortable. It's extremely uncomfortable. And I've done this publicly in front of you guys the whole way. And that's even like a whole different level of discomfort, right? So when I really got serious with myself about, okay, Allison, here we are. You wanted to manifest my own business coach. We just ended our contract on Friday. I've been with her for a year. She's amazing. I remember telling her, what was it, 6 months ago or 4 months ago or something? I was like, yeah, the 20K month is my next stop. And in my mind, I was like, actually, it's 50K. So I had to come clean with her. I was like, actually, it's 50K. And I could see she was like, I don't know. Because strategy, right? Strategy is a part of it. But in my cellular matrix, I was like, no, it's definitely 50K. And then like 60 days later, I was at that 50K mark. So I do know how to quantum manifest. I know exactly what I'm doing to get to the 100K month, consistent month. And it required me getting really serious with myself and saying, how much am I willing to pay for my comfort? And this is the question I'm putting to you, my friend. How much are you willing to pay for your own comfort? So for me to hold on to the level of comfort that I have now would cost me a minimum of $600,000 a year, a minimum. That is the cost, the opportunity cost of me remaining comfortable. I don't know about you, but as much as I love being comfortable, I'm not willing to pay $600,000 to just kind of stay where I'm at right now. right? But that's the opportunity cost of comfort when we are expanding energetically and cellularly into this new version of who we are as leaders of this new paradigm that is exploding and is coming through us, whether we're ready or not, right? We need to ask ourselves this question. How much is it worth it to you to stay where you are at? So that you don't have to ask yourself these really difficult questions, so that you don't have to really have those hard conversations with your team that nobody wants to have, right? What's the price tag of that conversation? For me, it's got a lot of zeros behind it. I'm like, this is a no-brainer. I need to get out of my own damn way and let this happen. And that's the thing about money energetics too. Money flows through us. The only thing that's hindering that is the capacity. How large is your capacity to receive? And if you're a healer, if you're a leader, if you're a business owner, if you're an influencer, you have a responsibility to expand and open as wide as you can to let as many resources flow through you for the greater good, right? That's why I do the work that I do. This is a thing about capacity. This is about willingness. This is about how much are you willing to pay for your own comfort, right? I love being comfortable. I do. And I love putting money to work to make me comfortable and my kids. But I'm not down with a $600,000 to $1 million a year to be comfortable, right? That's my opportunity cost. That hurt when I got real with myself, and I'm like, oh shit, it's time to get out of my own way. So as I continue to expand and grow and do so publicly, right? And being comfortable with being uncomfortable, I ask you, what's your edge? What edges are you exploring right now? This is your opportunity to get real with yourself. Planetary wise and with the astrology, we're going through some shit. In the United States of America, I have a feeling it's about to hit the fan, if you know what I mean, this particular week that I'm recording this episode. We're just getting started. And 2025 is being set up to be quite an intense year. It's an intense year for the leaders, right? And this is the time that we are being called to rise and to show more of who we really are and to embrace all of those edges that if we could, like our smaller selves that are like a little bit more scared and get triggered more easily and get a little bit more insecure, we're like, yeah, okay, I don't really need to or want to expand into that growth opportunity. Like, I'm good. I'm just gonna sit here and chill and watch. I don't know. Does anybody, I guess people watch Netflix still, but whatever people watch, I'm just gonna like do that. No, sorry, too late. The end. We don't have time for that anymore. And this is source information coming through as well. Like, for the people who have the ears to hear this, you can feel this in your body. You can feel the resonance that is happening as you hear my very voice. We as human beings are going through this massive evolution, and this is happening on an energetic, on a quantum level. It's happening with your body. This whole like evolution process, yeah, it's spiritual, it's mental, it's all the things, and we can see all the things about spiritual, like ascension and stuff. That's not my language. I really like to play with the quantum field because I like to see the science behind everything. But this is happening on a resonance in the quantum field. Okay, we're all doing this together. We're all on our individual paths and we all have our individual missions, but we are really more fine-tuned than we ever have been before. I like to think of this in terms of instruments as well. You guys know that I've played classical piano since I was 5 years old. My instrument is very important to me. But what we learn from music is that resonance is everything. Resonance with the voice, what comes out of our bodies via our voice, or whether it's an instrument that we're playing with our hands, it creates a ripple effect in the field that literally creates reality. Okay, so we're talking about nothing less than creating consciously creating how we want to exist as a human race for the next several years to come. So I with my audience, you guys are so intuitive and you're so high caliber. I don't really need to tell you the gravity of what we're going through because you feel it and you know it, which brings me back to the point of like this growth period is going to be uncomfortable. That's okay. That's okay. You keep regulating your nervous system. You keep resourcing yourself with good people around you. Get yourself a great team if you don't already. Get yourself an excellent coach. Get yourself an excellent coach. Okay? I do have 2 spots available in my one-on-one container, only 2 spots. You can reach out to me privately and ask more details. We can have a chat. But it doesn't need to be me. Just get yourself an excellent coach, right? Get yourself like resourced. Start manifesting dump trucks of money. I haven't talked lately about the time that I manifested consciously a private jet in 12 days, but that was a fun resource to have. I had to take a drink of water because my throat chakra was getting activated. So like start consciously resourcing yourself. And if you don't have it in the 3D field right now, learn to manifest on demand. I teach this. I'm actually developing a course for this. So if you are interested in that course, please reach out to me privately as well. I'll put you on a wait list. More details will come. However, get real. For today, for this week, get real with yourself. Ask yourself, what is my comfort costing me? Not putting up that boundary with my spouse, not having that difficult conversation, not in establishing the boundary with my children, right? You guys know I'm a single mom of 3 teenage boys, right? These are active conversations that I have to have with myself on the daily, right? Most people that I know, when they're expanding and growing as huge and as quickly as I am, most of them have a life partner doing life with. Currently, in my 3D reality, I don't have that. That's fine. That's fine. It just means I have to get even more real with what I need and how to establish that, right? This is what a leader does. This is what you are being called to do. Where is your edge? Where are you feeling that massive resistance? Because that is where you need to look to lean in, okay? My throat is asking me to take a break, so I'm going to leave it here. And if you have questions, I would love to hear from you, or if you have feedback or comments or whatever. I love dialoguing with my audience. Instagram is a great place to dialogue with me. DM me. I read all my DMs and respond personally. Also, I mentioned this week I will be revealing the surprise that I have been working on behind the scenes for you. This will be an in-person opportunity. This will be like nothing you have ever experienced in your life. This is specifically for the new paradigm medical practitioner. Okay, so if that describes you, please stay tuned. Watch my stories. Watch me on Instagram. If you are not on the email family list yet, please find the link in the show notes and get into the email family because you will hear about it first there. I am so thrilled and honored to be offering such an opportunity. So I love you guys. I will be with you again, same time, same place next week on the Quantum Paradigm Podcast. Many blessings.